little gray in my hair, a lot of trouble in my track, and a heavy ghost from the past that refuses to stay dead. I got wings created entirely out of thick engine smoke, and a brief prayer cut short by a dirty, lawless joke. If your high heaven had a reserved place for a man like me, I'd probably burn that golden door down before I took a knee. I ain't holy by your book, but I shine bright inside the dark, carrying a heavy ruin and a solitary spark. I got brothers with deep wounds carved like ancient text, names engraved forever inside the polished chrome design. We don't need a promised kingdom or a holy borderline. Dark-eyed Oriole, Iron Mount Sovereign on the track, a halfway sinner, too damn wild for your pain to pack. Grip the steel, spit the ash, watch the fragile boundary shatter in our pass. Dark-eyed Oriole under the heavy desert road blow, I rise straight to the valley where the broken and bad men go. No gilded crown to display, no clean white robes to wear, just a heart and soul breathing in the freezing midnight air. We drink a heavy glass to the ones who didn't survive the strain. We curse the fake hypocrites who brought the quiet pain, and fire up every single cylinder like thunder in the clay, learning how to roll hard and wash your world completely away. The remote swamplands taught us how to stand without a guide, trading every piece of comfort for this terminal high-speed ride. If my ultimate mile comes and I drop into the ditch tonight, let me fall out under the heavy smoke and a rebel crowd in flight. Smoke is rising, the silver moon is getting low. I ain't saved by your church, but I ain't alone where I go. No white flag to wave for the errors of my reckless youth, just a pack of wolves running fast with the unvarnished truth. Let the iron roar, let the highway roar. Drop the clutch, rip the line, leave the small town borders shifting in their time. Dark-eyed Oriole still burning real low in the damp, a dangerous phantom blowing out your fragile little lamp. I ride straight to the valley where the broken and bad men go, woven clean into the fabric where the freezing midnights flow. I ain't saved under your sky, but I ain't alone. Dark-eyed Oriole, let the blacktop have its song. Scripture dark in a state running through my chest. Every single page holds a fire, every heavy word confessed. I saw serifs in the high beam, saw phantoms in the storm, heard my mother praying loud through the gasoline and paint so warm. But I kept my tires rolling past the chapel's wooden door, left the white church fading fast on the border of the town, where the choir used to sing a mercy before the law came down. I was young and full of fury, with a weapon and a dream. Learned the hard way that the word remembers when your palms ain't clean. So I took the longest route, and I never turned around. I ain't asking for salvation, ain't looking to be found. Just give me one more midnight before the shovel hits the clay. On this scripture, dark interstate, take me where the outcasts go, where the crescent hangs real low and the freezing currents know. Drop the box, face the grave, let the velocity wash the remaining pieces away. On the scripture dark interstate, carry my spirit down deep, past the charred and broken crosses where the wild phantoms sleep. No holy white robes for me, no sacred crowns to claim, just an outlaw spirit rolling hard inside the driving rain. You can search for my old footprints in the dirty rearview glass, but the road behind my leather is the only thing that will last. This remote and barren territory taught me how to slip away, how to let the ancient wilderness take what I refuse to pay. The stars above don't judge my crimes, the night don't keep a log. I'm just another heavy shadow vanishing into the winter fog. If paradise won't hold my frame and the pit demands my name, go tell them both I'm arriving fast on an iron mountain ablaze. Chapel bells are ringing out, but they ring a day too late. I've already mapped my journey past their suffocating gate. Let the cylinder scream louder through the smoke-filled air. A ruined man rolling fast who no longer has a care. No white flag to wave, no sweet goodbye. On this scripture, dark interstate, take me where the outcasts go, where the crescent hangs real low and the freezing currents know. Grip the steel, spit the dust, this brutal machine is the only thing I trust. On this scripture, dark interstate, carry my spirit down deep, past the charred and broken crosses where the wild phantoms sleep. You can block the county borders until the sky turns gray, but this scripture, dark interstate, is taking me away. Tell them both I'm coming on an iron mountain ablaze. Carry me low. Too fierce for salvation, too unyielding for the deep pit, too broken for fixing, too proud to ever admit. I got gravel sitting heavy on my unread scripture page, and a thick cloud of soot choking my solitary plea. If the sky is looking only for a pristine, clean man, find one in this land. I don't kneel down easy, I don't stay in one place long. Just a hardened shadow running with a jagged country song. I tried to be gentle, I tried to be completely good, but this world came swinging just like I always knew it would. So I sharpened my silence and I hardened both my eyes. Learned that every soft word can wear a beautiful disguise. Too fierce for salvation, too ruthless for the stone grave, too lost for the seraphs, too brutal for your loss to save. Hold the cup, face the grave, let the remaining daylight slowly wither away. Too fierce for salvation, but my eyes still look up high, with blood across my knuckles under this freezing sky. No shimmering halo fits this damaged skull of mine. Just an outlaw on iron running past the terminal line. If mercy ever tracks my boots on some forgotten black road, go tell her that I'm sorry that my posture moves so cold. I was busy chasing fire through the freezing winter damp, blowing out the remaining light inside your fragile little lamp. You wear your clean badges like you own the midnight sun, but you can't put handcuffs on a bullet that's already spun. Every exception to my code came with reasons ironclad, until the compromise has swallowed up the only truth I had. Flags to wave, no holy robes to find, just a chest full of barbed wire and a fractured peace of mind. The road doesn't offer forgiveness, it just keeps moving fast, swallowing the pieces of a ruin, broken past. One last drink, face the fire. Too fierce for salvation, too ruthless for the stone grave, too lost for the seraphs, too brutal for your loss to save. Grit up the steel, spit the dust. This machine is the only thing I have left to trust. Too fierce for salvation, but my eyes still look up high, with blood across my knuckles under this freezing sky. No shimmering halo fits this damaged skull of mine. Just an outlaw on iron running past the terminal line. A sinner on wheels, a heart full of wire, too fierce for salvation. Let the cold wind blow. Charnel house, motor grass just like a cemetery hound, cutting straight through the midnight dust and gasoline fog ground. His headlights slicing clean through the middle of the sinner's rain, like a bare steel bone phantom riding on a blacktop chain. I don't close my eyes to sleep when the crescent hangs real high. I chase the old ghosts under these bleeding dead red skies. Every solitary mile ahead has a heavy coughing sound, but my iron keeps on rolling long after the sun goes down. The fallen don't speak a word, but they ride right here with me. There is a broken cross standing by a charred and burned out bar where I traded my youth away and stole every single scar. Toronto house motor rolling straight through the night, bed bones on the throttle, raw furnace in the light. Drop the gear, face the grave, let the heavy pistons wash your memory away. Toronto house motor, hear that metallic thunder cry. Slow in this frame down until the darkness runs dry. No soft prayer can ever capture what the highway set free. I am a midnight runner and the asphalt belongs to me. I left my remaining Mercer face down on a cheap wooden floor, then reached out my heavy boot and smashed wide open the pit's gate. Some fragile men live in terror of what waits down below, but I just wave my calloused hand and laugh when the freezing currents blow. A grim death wants some proper company on his terminal track. Tell him fine, he can climb right up and sit behind my back. He can ride the pillion seat until the very end of time, while the exhaust pipe swallows up every borderline. Thick smoke inside my lungs, cold steel locked in my hand. This fractured soul was never constructed for your promised lands. The blockades are empty, the warning signs are completely gone. Just a dangerous creature rolling fast into a dark dawn. Black wheels scream, let the engine roar. Toronto house motor rolling straight through the night, bed bones on the throttle, raw furnace in the light. Grip the clutch, rip the line, leave the small town structures shifting in their time. Toronto house motor, hear that metallic thunder cry. Slow in this frame down until the darkness runs dry. You can call out to the empty air until the sky turns bright, but I'm already woven clean into the fabric of the night. Riding wide awake straight through a dead man's dream. Toronto house motor, let the cold wind blow. Fractured diadem on my head, in a one-horse dead-end town where the soil went gray and dead. My mother wept real loud when the midnight tempest came down, and my old man drank his liquor until the whole world went brown. I never learned the proper way to wear that inheritance right. That jagged metal cut me deep in the freezing dead of night. So I traded their fragile gold for a heavy leather vest. Left their titles behind and carried ruin inside my chest. They say a rightful king doesn't live a brutal life like this, with a busted, bleeding heart and iron loaded fist. But I never requested a holy see or a kingdom to maintain, just a long black road under 2 hard feet in the driving rain. Born with a fractured diadem, still I don't bow my head. Walking straight through the furnace where the embers turn to red. Drop the gold, face the rust, realize the self-made throne is turning back to dust. Born with a fractured diadem, there is blood across my seat. I lost every single possession that they laid before my feet, but I preserved my skeletal frame from their suffocating chains. No grace to display, just a blacktop running through my veins. A good woman came real close, but I chose to let her go. Didn't want to trap a sweet spirit inside my undertow. Some men were born to rule, some men just wither and drown, but I just ride this iron horse, wearing a fractured diadem down. Let the edges crack completely, let the metal turn to rust. This where the body was constructed out of smoke and heavy dust. You can line up your blockades, but you can't contain the spark of an outcast sovereign rolling fast through the absolute dark. Confession to the judges of this town, I'm the one who chose to pull the fragile structures down. The empire they built was nothing but a pack of beautiful lies. Now watch the exhaust smoke swallow their remaining skies. I lost the throne, but I kept my pride. Born with a fractured diadem, still I don't bow my head. Walking straight through the furnace where the embers turn to red. Grip the steel, spit the dust, this machine is the only thing I have left to trust. Born with a fractured diadem, there is blood across my seat. I lost every single possession that they laid before my feet. You can reclaim the kingdom and erase my forgotten name, but I walked out of that palace and I retain the mark of the stain. Let it rust in the clay, I kept my bones anyway. Fractured diadem,